Hello, everyone. It's CJ Miller. I'm in my apartment across the Red River from beautiful Bossier City, Louisiana, and I'm here with my acrylic on canvas painting. And this is a step that I've taken to demonstrate that this scene is happening a little bit more towards dusk, twilight. Uh, just the onset of night, and to demonstrate that, I put just a little bit of darkening at the top of the canvas, and through blending this ivory black with the touch of chemical and a touch of water, I've added bits of smudging throughout the top just to kind of decrease. And the trick for me was how far down, and I figured I could bring it, in kind of waves. How far down do I bring it while still leaving this light? And it's fine because this water is darker along the edge there, so it kind of gives uh, almost an Antipodean uh, polarity to the top and the bottom of this canvas that I'm really finding that I enjoyable to see. Uh, and it adds a counter to this large structure out in the water, and some of the darker trunks. So that's where we're going now. The I'll probably put a few more twigs coming out of here, depending upon what I want to do. Is I want to let this dry, and that is very wet. Uh, Not wet to the touch, but it's still wet in the threads of the canvas because of the watercolor effect that I've done. But I've gotten most of the moisture off, and it's not running down or streaming. So that's cool. Actually, I worked on this with the flat surface to kind of prevent uh, teary kind of streaks, But I felt it was important to, with this, to really, really demonstrate a little bit further along, that I've gotten with this. It was like there was so much uh, not happening at the very top up here, as opposed to what's going on with the reflections in the water and everything down here, that I wanted to do that. I wanted to bring that little bit of a balance and play. Now it's very crisp, to look at, uh, as represented by light on a high definition cell phone capture. But to look at it with the naked eye, now there's a great balance and a good blending of everything. Uh, that I'm very pleased with in working with this, as to try to ensure that I didn't overdo it. I worked with my dark shades on, uh, so that I would have a tendency to work lighter than if I were working without shades of my regular glasses that don't turn. I would really have overworked and oversmudged. And I feel like I've gotten this right to the limit of where I should be. You know, if anything, maybe the darker bit I could bring down a little bit more, but I don't know that I'm going to. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to let this set, and I'm going to let it dry. I'm going to take a look at it a little bit later on in the evening when the natural light is less prevalent, and it's going to be in more of a light situation, more of a where everything's not so washed out in the room. It's going to be closer to where I paint most of this in the evening, in the setting that I would like for it to be viewed in, primarily, which is in a medium lit room, perhaps underlit from the bottom. You know, not so much lit from the top. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Um, and just it kind of lends itself to this whole idea that I went with a very rustic to begin with, starting out by putting etchings into the paint to create almost a withered, rustic uh, you know, old, memory, or a view or something, or maybe like an old photo, even though it's not photo perfect, but you get like an old photo and there's maybe the old Polaroids or, captured where you take it, maybe to get the film developed or something like that. And you get home and you got like these pictures that you keep in your album for like years. And then over time, they get weathered, aged, or whatever. I kind of wanted that effect, uh, you know? Uh, uh, so uh, that's why the etching into the base paint in the first place. And boy, am I really, really happy with these results. So yeah, this is really nearing a finishing point. A lot sooner than I thought it would be. And I'm thinking of having like just a couple of twigs come off to the side here just to kind of enhance the forefront, you know, of what's going on. Like maybe just kind of, you know, kind of frame it a little bit, kind of a heavier, thicker tree branch coming in to the side there. Uh, but I don't know about that because if I did that and then I try to do something over here, it's not necessarily going to stand out against that large stone there. I do know that something that I'm doing is I'm kind of trying to work to create sort of a path winding up on here, for perspective. I want some definition between those layers of chunks of a path or dirt road kind of thing or whatever that I'm working in. Slowly building some browns. You can scarcely see it in this light. When I get a little closer, you can see it. And the reason is basically for perspective, to show, hey, this is where a person would be walking. So even though there's not a person or anything, it could be, give you a perspective on how big this structure is. And it may actually be, you know, uh, yeah, um, not just like an island, but a bit of a large rocky land or something like that. That happens in some places where you have like uh, the foothills, I don't know that it would be like this close to a shoreline, but by perspective, it's kind of set back a little bit from what's going on in the foreground anyway. So, and this is an expression piece. That means that everything does not have to be perfectly to scale. It's not a perfect representation. It doesn't look as if I've gone out and just taken a photo of some scenic place and then come back and have created a photo perfect painting. No, this is entirely, derived from the frontal lobes of Mio Noggin here. So yeah, uh, but cool. I'm really happy with where this is going. I'm really loving it so far. So this is going to be one of these paintings that it's going to be like I'm going to be a little sad to like see it go somewhere, but this is one of the ones that I'm going to be looking to share with someone eventually down the road. I may display it around the apartment. I made a resolution to work on decorating the walls in the front room and the back room in the apartment, and I still intend to do that. I did not set a specific date. I don't think. I just made it a resolution. Like the first time in the apartment, first year I just wanted to make sure that I wanted to stay here, and the second year it's like, okay, let me kind of get it a little homey, a little homed up or whatever, a little bit lived in or whatever. So yeah. Anyway, that's where we are with this painting, and love and light. And for right now, goodbye. Ciao.